What's up, everybody? Oh, beer.
Beer. I'm Frank,
I'm Drew.
and this is Frank and Drew Review, where we're going to have a video podcast talking about the things that we like.
For example, beer.
Cars.
Motorcycles.
Snowboarding.
Yeah, well, I'll have him have that. Fabrication, design. We are both engineers, theoretically.
Potentially.
And New York gave me a license, which is frightening.
Terrifying, actually.
So this is just us talking about stuff we think we enjoy.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll enjoy the ride with us.
We hope so. Cheers.
Cheers. Well, welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of the Frank and Drew video podcast.
Certainly.
So, what do we do on this thing? Well, apparently, beer tasting,
Yes.
cocktail tasting,
Yes.
talk about fabrication and design of custom parts, perhaps.
Yes.
Can't read the next one on the list.
Ride motorcycles.
Oh, yeah, I'll probably ride some motorcycles. It's always good.
Fix your Volvo.
That's way
Ideal.
overdue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, needs to happen.
Maybe,
Actually drive the Volvo? Crazy concept. Goddamn some pump. We'll edit that in post.
Yeah. But that could be a good season ender right there. Just wow, the Volvo we're in.
Once.
Once.
since 2013.
So I guess start with a little background. Like what are you working on right now? Like what do you hope to have accomplished here soon? And what we got going?
So right now the big project is the 1989 Volkswagen Golf Mark II. It is cherry red and it has a ABA swap out of a 97 Golf. Hopefully that'll be done very soon. We have a wheel over there in the corner that's going to go on it. That'll be pretty sweet, I hope. We'll see.
All right. So you also have a kind of Frankenstein project as well.
I do. It is a Pontiac Fiero with a Honda F20B, which is a JDM only engine. It used to run, and now it doesn't.
Such as things go.
Yes. Apparently, when you neglect projects for about 7 years, they kind of stop working. Funny how that works.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. So tell them about your Volvo.
All right, yeah, I have a 1969 Volvo 164, and that was the first car I ever bought. Probably not the best choice for a first car.
Not typical, no.
But it was cool. I daily drove it for like about a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was more than 6 months.
Maybe 9 months. Yeah, before I bought a 2009 BMW 135i coupe, and that was, besides constantly needing injectors and
coil packs
and just general love and care constantly. It was
thousands of dollars of love and care, always, every single day.
But I mean, man, I bought that car with 72,000 miles and had it for 6.5 years, and put another 70,000 miles on it, and it was a fantastic car till I hit a deer on the highway and totaled it.
She died.
Yeah,
it was sad.
That was pretty sad. The next car was 2014 535D, because apparently I'm a masochist and love BMWs. But
this is true.
That was a great thing until it threw an axle, took out the oil pan, and left me stranded in the middle of the Adirondacks with no cell service, and standing on a side of the road trying to, like a crazy person, trying to weigh someone down to call a tow truck for me or AAA or something. But and then I decided I'm all about the Asian persuasion.
We can't say that. I mean, we can, we will, but
Okay. then I decided get something more reliable, and I ended up with a Kia Telluride, and so far that's been good.
Because you're an old man and you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on maintenance anymore.
Yeah, well,
That's
I mean,
probably a reasonable decision.
didn't Kia and Hyundai have an issue where like their engines just like stopped working?
I
think they got that figured out now.
That was a couple of years ago. We're good now.
I think they're building good cars now.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, now that we're on like the car topic, just like, how do you feel about the auto industry in general, like currently?
Lots of big changes. Hopefully good changes. But
Yeah.
you know, Tesla is just doing crazy stuff. Elon's,
I mean,
investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah,
and
$1.5 billion in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
it doubled my value of cryptocurrency in a week.
Nothing
I
wrong
was like,
with that, I guess.
I'm okay with this. Yeah.
Not
it's-
hashtag stonks.
yeah. Stonks flat. Bitcoin skyrocket.
Yeah.
To the moon.
Yeah, right?
So that's cool. I don't like GM's new logo. I get why they did it, but their electrified version is just a little bit meh, especially since all their electric cars have been okay at best.
So GM is trying to go full electric, right?
By 2035, I think. Everything. Which blows my mind, because being that they make money on trucks, I've never seen a truck that's really working out.
Most of the revenue from the Tahoe, Suburban, and Silverado.
SUVs and trucks, yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe in the next 35, so 15 more years.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, battery. I mean, talk about battery technology. I mean, look at cordless power tools.
Yeah.
For example, like 10 years ago,
you were lucky if you got an hour of use out of a drill. Now you can use it all day.
Disclaimer: we're both Milwaukee fanboys, but I mean,
you'll see more of that on the channel.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, the M18 stuff is just. I just can't believe how much life and power you get out of that. I mean, I'm sure like I'm not an electrical engineer or anything like that. But I have no idea how that compares to batteries in like a electric car. But I mean, if we can come that far in 10 years, I mean, another 10 years. I mean,
we should be able to double theoretically.
I thought I saw a post on Facebook the other day about like power paste or something like that. I think it had something to do with like condensing hydrogen into
I did see that.
Something.
Yeah, it was to solve the storage issue of hydrogen, because you obviously don't want to keep it in a pressure vessel, because you get in an accident, everybody dies. The idea of the paste is that it's an easy way to store it, but the problem is that it makes some chemical that you get as a waste product that then you have to pump out, and it's very abrasive, so it's going to destroy the pumps and the tanks and lines and all the stuff that goes along with it. But I think hydrogen always has a lot of promise. It's just the storage has been the issue since the beginning, and I think it'll continue to be.
I wonder if we'll see that come along here pretty quick, because I think the hydrogen idea or the methodology in general,
of fuel cells versus battery technology, I think it just makes way more sense.
I mean, you're not mining like lithium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cobalt, lithium, all the bad stuff.
These are not fun places for the environment. But I mean, in hydrogen, it's a similar setup to what you're doing with gas right now. I'm low on hydrogen. Go fill up.
Exactly.
Takes 10 minutes, not hours.
Right.
And then you're back off on the road. I mean,
same idea with that though. If they could make like interchangeable packs or something. Oh, this one's done. Throw it in the trash. Get another one. I mean, recycle it environmentally responsibly.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where this goes, especially as the whole internal combustion engine potentially dies over the next.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Decade or two.
I don't think it's ever going to. I hope to say that in our lifetime it doesn't completely end. I mean, you're gonna have people that keep classic cars and motorcycles and stuff like that alive, but I think you're not gonna see a gas station on every corner. I think you're gonna see whatever the alternative is. Tesla superchargers or hydrogen or whatever the case may be, every other corner,
Yeah.
So.
Awkward drink pause.
I can't talk this much, which is really ridiculous because I don't ever shut the up.
Right? But, yeah. So classic cars. Continuing them in life and keeping them relevant in the 21st century. So
Yeah.
obviously, E30s are going
Oh,
nuts right now.
Of course they are.
I kind of want
You
one.
should buy one.
Um,
What he's not telling you is he has an engine in his parents' garage that he's had for years
Yep.
that is just collecting
I'm
dust.
surprised they have not thrown it out already.
They've threatened to.
Yeah.
Your mother calls me not so infrequently about getting rid of it.
Yeah. Because, he has the pickup truck, so it makes that easier. But, yeah, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. You find one that's, like, kind of clean, non-molested, and it's, like, real money. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
It's
They're not
pretty...
$800 anymore. That's the problem. They
That's
used to be, and that's the thing that sucks. Like, not so long ago.
Well, even air-cooled 911s when we were in college,
Yeah. 20, 30 grand. Now, 100.
It's like, well, okay, if they were that price now, I have 20 grand, I can go buy that.
Absolutely.
Now they're 50, 60, 70, and you're like...
Bananas.
All these cars that were like senior year of college were like, man, I want that. Man, I want that. And then you go and then they're unattainable now. Like,
Yeah.
well, I got the 135. That was on the list of
That was on the
coolest,
list, yeah.
You know?
I had the list of cars I wanted to buy junior year, and that was near the top
So what was the list?
of what car I was going to buy when I graduated.
No, I mean, like, what cars were on the list?
We had all sorts of good stuff. We had the Mark 6 Golf R, we had the 135i, the WRX, which wasn't supposed to be on the list, but it was, because it is a decent car when they don't blow up.
Who needs out of gaskets?
Yeah, no big deal. 50,000 mile rebuild, stupid. Geez, I don't remember what else was on there. Probably some Audis, but I don't hate myself enough for that. Yeah, the normal.
Yeah.
The usual.
Definitely,
Euro trash.
I was all about the 135, which is why when I saw that car come up, I
You had to buy
I had to buy it.
Yeah.
And then I always loved the long nose 911s, but I knew that was unattainable. Even back then, that was unattainable. Like, now you can't even get in anything air cooled.
No.
996s are still, obtainable.
Cheap enough.
And I think the whole fried egg headlight thing, that look is not as repulsive as it was to me. Probably even like 2 or 3 years ago. It's grown.
It's aged better,
Yeah.
which is weird. It kind of went down and now it's back up. It's inverse bell curve. But they do make covers for those too. I'll show you those.
Kind of make them more look like closer to like a 997 kind of look. Okay, I could see that.
And then you get them painted to match body color, and then all of a sudden it doesn't look like ass.
Well, I could see the issue with those, like, okay, do I have a Boxster or 911?
Yeah.
From 50 feet away?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, I mean, if I spent, like, double, I'd want people to know that I spent...
But you don't. That's the crazy thing. Right now, Boxsters are still 10 grand, and you can get a nice 996 for way under 20.
Yeah.
Okay, nice by my definition, which isn't nice by everybody's definition, but...
Driver's car.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
drivable example.
Yeah.
I guess what more do you need when it comes to a 911? You're supposed to just drive it. Yeah.
Hopefully not crash, ideally.
Yeah.
Rear engine.
Don't lift off going into a corner. You'll be
Never live. We know how all that goes.
Yeah. So other cars that I was thinking about senior year. I think those are like just the main ones. I mean, I always love like BMW Bavarias and like
E28s, E30s.
Well, even like the E9s.
Oh, even earlier, yeah.
Yeah, like I thought those cars looked so cool, like a 3.0 CS or even homologation special CSL. But
which we can't buy.
Yeah, I know. More than you can afford, pal.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I always loved that, and even like the old like Audi 100s. I always thought those were kind of cool. I don't think I really wanted one, but like
it's because Anton had the 4000 Coupe Quattro V8 swapped.
That was
monster.
Sweet. Even his Audi 90 was a fantastic car.
That was good. That was for coming out of a field for $900. That car worked really well.
Dude, heated seats still worked.
Yeah,
and wow, yeah, it was great. Maybe not great, but it was
great wasn't the right word. I mean, it was better than something else he would have bought, or it was better than a hand-me-down Camry. Let's put it
Okay,
that way.
so let's go through our buddy Anton's cars, like the
Jeez,
$500
yeah,
E28 535.
yeah, from Vermont that he drove back,
It,
and it just worked.
yeah, and that's the car I learned how to drive stick on.
Yeah.
I love E28
I
5 Series.
I still remember the smell of those old leather seats. That
Amazing.
interior it had a smell, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was just memorable.
I loved everything about that car, and the fact that there was a Jack Johnson CD stuck in the CD player.
It was the only thing that played
Just
ever.
Like listening to that, like cruising down, like in summertime Potsdam, like for the 2 days of summer in Potsdam, New York. Like, man, that was the move right there.
It was. Or in the winter, sliding it around, shenanigans. Great times.
Yeah,
great times had by all.
Yep.
No bad memories in that car.
Absolutely not. I don't think you can drive an E30 or an E28 without grinning a little bit.
That's true.
It's not allowed.
Let me think about this for a moment, but I don't think I've ever had a bad memory in a BMW. Bear with me here. Anton's E28, Nick Simon's E30, the $500 one that you never saw.
I never saw it, no.
Jufro's E36 that I crashed on a racetrack.
Can you say that?
It's fine. After the statute of limitations, I didn't really crash it. I just kind of spun a little in the grass.
That could be potentially a bad time. It was almost a bad time.
It was
very close.
It was
to hitting a GTI, an S2000,
a WRX. Yeah. There were many
went
much
into
more
the
expensive
infield of the track instead of actually into the pit lane of many cars.
But did you die? No, it was fine.
That was great.
So yeah, E36. That was a good car. I had an E46. We have other friends that had E46s, including M3s. Those are all great. You had your 1 Series, your 5 Series, besides the fact that they both killed themselves in various ways. They were fine.
Yeah.
And costing you an arm and a
We're going to bleep that out, too, I guess. Yeah, no, something about them, like, they are the ultimate driving machine. Until recently, I feel like...
I think Frank Cardock put it best, and that is that they're the ultimate daily driving machine. It is not a superior race car pretty much ever. But I think in general, for a daily driver, if you live in a place that doesn't snow all the time, it's pretty great.
Interesting segue. So go back to modern cars here. I'm not sure if you caught Savage Geese's video on the G80 he recently did. And he was saying that the G80 is a better, more fun driving experience than even the current generation 5 Series.
That's not a surprise to me.
And
I think BMW is diverging a little bit with their normal cars and then their M cars, and their M cars just keep getting so much better that their normal cars feel so tame in comparison.
Yeah, I mean, and there's other.
But then again, the M3 and the M4 are $70,000, so that's kind of insane too.
They're not attainable for the average consumer.
Right.
I mean, the average consumer now, the average new price of a car went north of
$36,000 or something.
I think it was close to 40. I think it hit 40.
That's crazy.
Which is wild. And then you've got people taking out loans that are 70,
almost as much as your house.
72 months or longer. I just think, okay, well, can you pay it off fast and the car is going to depreciate at that point? I mean,
you hope so.
I get cars are getting more expensive and technology is moving so fast where, it's probably in the grand scheme of things, it's not worth buying a car unless you plan on just driving into the ground,
Or keeping it for a year and then selling it.
Well, even then,
you're not going to make any money.
That's where the most depreciation is.
Yeah, that's true. That's where they get screwed.
I mean,
let me just roll these payments into the next car,
unless you buy a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Which, R.I.P.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
This is the last year of that. At least to see if they come back with an FJ. Because you've got the Bronco.
That's true.
Which is
The
super
FJ
cool.
should come back. I mean, it already did once. I think they could make a second generation of that. I think they could make that way better.
I wonder if they're gonna do something with the Land Cruiser name, but
a different model.
But make it like, well, because there's two versions of the Land Cruiser. There's the Land Cruiser we have, which is huge, 3-row, and then there is another Land Cruiser in other parts of the world that is smaller. Correct? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm not the Toyota Lexus expert like your brother is.
No, I know he loves it.
He's all about that.
So we just abruptly ended that last clip because we had no idea if we were doing anything worth actually
watching.
Yeah. So maybe it's okay.
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, they like it. Thumbs up. Maybe we're gonna do this some more. So possibly subscribe. And yeah, this is Drew and Frank signing off.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know how to stop it.
I don't know how to end either.